What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the HASAN broadcast coming to you live from gloomy, almost rainy, very gray, mostly cloudy California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is the 3rd of June, 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, folks, this is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hassan Piker in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button. I watched Mountainhead last night. It was funny. It was dark. It was annoying. It was scary at times. It pissed me off. I didn't like the ending. It's a HBO original made by the creators of Succession. That was what actually pulled me in initially. Jesse Armstrong, like I like Succession. Mountainhead was nowhere near as good, I would say, as Succession, but it's still pretty good. But it was also very frustrating to watch. There were cringe moments and there were very frustrating moments. I wouldn't put it in the same category as like Succession as far as like realistic. I think part of it is because my dude was afraid of going super hard on the billionaire mega donors. I think that's what it is. Like there were good parts to it. There were funny parts to it, but overall it's kind of mid. Let me go through the synopsis real quick. Mountainhead is a 2025 American satirical comedy drama television film written and directed by Jesse Armstrong in his directorial debut, starring Steve Carell, Jason Schwartzman, Corey Michael Smith, and Rami Youssef. Very interesting cast. I mean, pretty solid cast, as a matter of fact. You got Jesse Armstrong, you got Steve Carell, you got Jason Schwartzman. I don't really know Corey Michael Smith, but you got Rami Youssef. Great cast overall. The expectation when I dove into it was that it was going to be good, right? That it was going to be at least like, I mean, it was watchable for sure, but I thought it wasn't just going to be watchable. I thought it was going to be actually good. But there was something missing. Is it going to be funny? No, it's funny in the way that Succession is, but also not as funny in the way that Succession is funny. The plot is four wealthy friends who are, three of them are in the billionaire club. One of them is not in the billionaire club. And all four of these characters are basically like a consolidation of like real existing billionaires, for the record. Like they pick and choose from different aspects of like different billionaires. They get together. Four wealthy friends meet for a retreat amidst growing global upheaval caused by AI-generated disinformation produced and disseminated via fictional social media platform Tram. Among them are Venus Van Parish, owner of Tram, Jeff Aberdazzi, owner of Builter, a fictional company specializing in AI that creates like basically safeguards around AI, Randall Garrett, an older member and mentor of the group who has recently received an incurable cancer diagnosis, and Hugo Super Van Yalk, who, despite his $521 million net worth, is significantly less wealthy than his multi-billionaire friends. Super brings his three other billionaire friends. This is not a spoiler. Like, I'm not giving you any spoilers. This is just a synopsis. He brings them together for a weekend retreat. Now, the parts that I want to talk about are the characters and who they resemble, or what character flaws that they have that resemble the obvious character flaws that many of the billionaires that we know and love to hate have. This guy, played by Steve Carell, is basically like a Peter Thiel type, or a what's the egghead? The Mark Andreessen, Peter Thiel. It's like a combination of all of those guys. The fact that he has cancer and is like is trying to cure that cancer in the most insane ways, I think resembles Steve Jobs. That's a nod to Steve Jobs because that was what Steve Jobs did as well. For those of you who don't know, he was a bit of an RFK style. Cancer can be treated by being away from technology by the end of his life. This guy, Super, is like a shitty app developer. He's like a hanger-on, maybe like the All-In podcast style deal. His app that he has is like a meditation app that he's trying to sell as a lifestyle app. And then this is the Elon Musk archetype. He's like basically Elon Musk and Sam Altman, but like very close to Elon Musk. And this dude doesn't exist in the tech world. He is supposed to be the moral compass. He's supposed to be the everyman, but he doesn't fucking exist in the tech world. So that was something that was frustrating to me. I get that, like, in order to move the plot along, you have to make like a guy be normal and look at the insane things that are popping off. There is no guy like this that's a fucking multi-billionaire. That's not a real guy. It was so unimaginably unrealistic. It pissed me off. There is no billionaire guy who is like legitimately invested in like the dangers of AI, but they try to position that by saying like his entire net worth revolves around how dangerous this guy's AI stuff is and how racist this guy's AI stuff is. And because his product is supposed to put like limiters on AI and to show people what is fake and what is real, it's not like a real person. But ultimately, there are a lot of parts in the back and forth, I think, that I appreciated. For example, what did I appreciate? They constantly posture with pop philosophy, and they're constantly wrong in their assessment. Like, they really, like, Jesse Armstrong clearly read a shit ton of books that these dipshits have written. Like, they utilize all of the terminology that Silicon Valley tech CEOs utilize. They're major dorks. Like, especially Steve Carell's character is like very like Curtis Yarvin core for sure. Obsessed with the infinite life. Thinks that he's going to be able to upload his consciousness into this dipshit's AI. It's basically a story. Like, the parts that I really liked about it and I thought was like really realistic was how much these billionaires believe their own bullshit. Because I think that in and of itself is very real. That definitely is very real. Like, these guys unironically believe their own lies, okay? They don't think that like this is, when they say like this is changing the world and we're doing altruism by, you know, eliminating any enemies that we have, all of that stuff is very much real. They also like fantasize as the world is collapsing outside of them, around them, as a direct consequence of his like AI that is so hyper realistic that people are basically using it to do sectarian violence and stuff. They are endlessly going back and forth about like which countries that they can just like overtake and things of that nature. I feel like that was a bit of an exaggeration, but ultimately, I think it's a miss. The parts that I liked were, you know, the tech lingo and things of that nature, and the realistic aspects of that, and the fact that like these billionaires believe their dumbass products actually are changing the world, and they legitimately think that they're changing the world for the better, and how much they care about their net worth growing while people are suffering. All that stuff was great. But the stuff that I thought was like really, I mean, the ending was dumb. The big hook was dumb. Not an exaggeration, really. They're referring to Curtis Yarvin's bullshit that Peter Thiel fully subscribed to. No, I know. But I'm saying like, as a standalone media product, there's not like a real fucking story there, is what I mean. And my expectation from Jesse Armstrong is that this was going to be more impactful. My expectation was that it would be more impactful. There would be more of a point to all of it, when in fact, there was no point to all of it at all. It was a little bit of a disappointment for sure. I don't know why the reviews are all giving it 1 star though, because I don't think it's a 1-star movie. It is definitely a watchable movie. If you are familiar with like Curtis Yarvin, and if you're familiar with like the tech CEOs, like the Peter Thiels of the world and whatnot, like there will be some takeaways for you. The Give Soup Some Country plot thread was eye-rollingly bad. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. Their discussions about like overtaking Argentina and other countries, like all that stuff was so stupid. And I hated the ending. I hated the ending. It just made no sense whatsoever. Like, I know that these guys are supposed to be sociopaths and every single one of them is supposed to be like a shark, but ultimately, like, they just they don't even behave like sociopaths in a way that is like decipherable.
I just want to say, this is not on you, Venice.
Obviously, it's not on me. Why would you even say that?
Also, this dude is too hot to be playing Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a creature. Okay, he is what is known as, in the old world, a grotesque. The fact that he is like actually a hot guy who's kind of shredded pissed me off. I know that he's like a Zuck and Elon Musk archetype. He looks more like the guy that owns Telegram than either of those dudes.
We could probably buy Haiti or Belgium, those chocolatey assholes.
Yeah, it's cringe. I did like the US coup angle, but then he dropped it. No, it wasn't that good. It wasn't good at all. There were so many things that were so like patently unrealistic and so spectacular that it just like made no sense. Okay. And before he's like, it's satire. It's like, yeah, but it's supposed to be realistic. It's supposed to be like realistically and accurately making fun, making satire out of like the way that billionaires operate. It wasn't just like a cartoonish depiction of billionaires. I feel like it didn't go hard enough on their sociopathic nature. There was just nothing going on. There was nothing going on beyond just like billionaires being fucking insane. Oh my God. Wait, are these people doing, wait, someone is transvestigating me? Oh my God, this is amazing. Oh my God, they're saying I'm a biological female? That is fantastic. Oh, hell yeah. How does it feel to be exposed? Yeah, I'm a bio female. It's right. It's true. I'm a trans man. Trans masks rise up. All right. Speaking of which, I've been outed. Folks, I've been transvestigated. Hasan Piker, I see you're an imposter. Just one more thing. You're Columboed. Repent of your sins. That's there it is. It's over. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. It's over. This entire time I was trying. This entire time I was trying to hide it. I guess I'm a bio female. Why am I a bio female? Because this is what a male skull looks like. And this is what a female skull looks like. Which clearly, as you can see, superimposed over my face does not resemble a male skull, but a female skull. Clearly. I don't know. This is exactly what my skull looks like under my fake jaw implants that make it actually look more like a male skull. Clearly it lines up when you just kind of squint at it. But it doesn't end there. Skull and gait checker. Female gait, shoulder to hip twist, arm swing, legs crossed, legs diamond, walking as broken leg, 1 foot in front of the other, tightrope walking, knees and feet, one facing 4 o'clock, the other at 8 o'clock. This right here showcases the female gait. One way to prove that you're a bio male is show cock on stream. I can't, because medical tech has improved so much that if I showed you my meat, that wouldn't even prove it. What if I have a meat that the doctor made for me? And that's why it's so nice. I always love this kind of stuff. I assume this is satire, by the way. There's no shot that this person is like unironically claiming this. I suspect that this account is satire and not like being sincere. Here is the person making the similar assessment of Khabib Nurmagomedov. Okay. Either this is the most mentally ill person on the planet, or they're just trying to be funny. May Musk, bio male. Remove this post. No, they're very fucked in the head. See, the thing I will never understand, I mean, I love transvestigators, as I've talked about quite a bit. Transvestigation is the final stage of the mental illness that is transphobia. The more you lean into the mental illness that is transphobia, the more unrestricted said mental illness is. This is basically when you're maximum transphobic, like completely mentally ill. And the reason why you get this way is because this is basically a recognition that gender is a performance. It's ironic that the more honest you become, the more you lean into the mental illness, the more you are cognizant of the reality that gender is a fucking performance. Because you think everyone and anyone can be trans, because yeah, that's the truth. Do you not understand? These guys think every fucking woman is actually secretly a man, and every man is actually secretly a woman. It basically proves the point that, you know, people who talk about gender as a social construct, as a social performance, a social phenomena, are making when they subscribe to that same notion, but from the opposite ends. It's basically a full circle moment. The more you lean into transphobia, the more you start panicking that anyone and everyone could be trans. If anyone and everyone could be trans, then gender has to be a performance. That's why the we can always tell crowd is oftentimes wrong, which brings me back to my original point, which is just let people fucking be whatever they want to be. Who gives a shit? My favorite is when they reverse transvestigate people who are already very much out as trans, like Hunter Schafer or Laverne Cox, or, oh yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, that's the other part of it, where they'll say like, Hunter Schafer is actually a biological woman who is lying about being a trans woman. Like when they're so transphobic that they're like, no, like this doesn't make any sense. Actually, she is secretly a biological woman. Like when they double transvestigate people. If May Musk is bio male, then Elon Musk was conceived by Mpreg. Think about it. Yeah. In any case, the you can always tell crowd demonstrably can't always tell. But of course, wanted to start off the conversation on Pride Month with a little bit of fun, a little bit of a transphobia panic narrative here, just to get it started on the right foot. Obviously, there's not a lot of consumer flack that you will see this Pride Month, because under the Trump regime, corporations have completely dropped the notion that they give a single fuck about gay people or trans people, even aesthetically. So there's not much the right-wingers can get mad about on their daily treat ride to Target. I also have not changed my profile pic to a gay one because I myself am a corporation. And the only reason why I would change my PFP to a gay one during the month of Pride was because I was getting my notes from corporations. And since corporations no longer do it, I'm not doing it either. Finally, yeah, HASCor no longer lying about caring about the gays.